Thank you. Thank you too. Bye. See you some other time. Okay. All right.
I'm modeling Jeffe Fafali Joyland.
Tacy Presla.
Laurentia Adaji, Pelikema Alberta, the senior prefect of EPC Malco Girls,
And I endorse Perspectives.
I endorse Perspectives.
It is a very inspirational and educational program.
I'm really touched.
I've been touched by every single part of the story.
I pray you all watch it and it will help you.
You will never regret your time spent with us.
Keep watching and stay tuned to Dela TV.
Keep watching Dela TV.
Keep watching Perspective
My story and inspiration
on Dela TV. God bless you.
To partner, advert placement, or for enquiry, please call or WhatsApp 0249 820 162. Perspectives, my story and inspiration.
I'm modeling Jeffe Fafali Joyland.
Tacy Presla.
Laurentia Adaji, Pelikema Alberta, the senior prefect of EPC Malco Girls.
And I endorse Perspectives.
I endorse Perspectives.
It is a very inspirational and educational program.
I'm really touched.
I've been touched by every single part of the story.
I pray you all watch it and it will help you.
You will never regret your time spent with us.
Keep watching and stay tuned to Dela TV.
Keep watching Dela TV.
Keep watching Perspective
My story and inspiration
on Dela TV. God bless you.
To partner, advert placement, or for enquiry, please call or WhatsApp 0249 820 162. Perspectives, my story and inspiration.
We sincerely apologize for what happened. It was a technical challenge. We can't control it. Now we are back. We are fully back. Thank you so much for holding on and for staying on. Send your questions, your comments to us, and we'll read it right here. And my guests will answer or do justice to all the questions and your comments as well. Thank you so much. Yes, Mama Vivian, we're talking about the statistics before the line went off. So, if you can continue for us so that our viewers will follow what you were saying earlier on.
Thank you, viewers. Sorry for keeping you on the line all this while. We were talking about our statistics in Ghana. In about annually, about 2,900 cases are being recorded from breast cancer in the country, and out of it, 1/8 die. In 2000, from 2000 to 2019, there was a cumulative records on breast cancer occurrence in the country, and it kept on rising steadily. The year 2000 recorded 1,900 cases, and it rose up steadily to 2019 to 2,900. That has been the trend of breast cancer situation in Ghana. And in 2019, there was a research that was carried out in 5 of the regions. Volta was one, Greater Accra, Brown Hafo, Ashanti region, and then the Western regions. And Volta topped the prevalence of 0.3, followed by Accra, Greater Accra, which is even bigger than Volta, and Ashanti region followed. And interestingly, Western region could not record any. That was 2019. And if you look at the trend of occurrence, in Ghana, you realize that these breast cancer issues occur rather in age 35 and below.
Okay. Women.
Women.
Both sexes?
Both. That's women.
Women. Okay. Age 35.
35 and below.
Okay.
They are recording more breast cancer cases.
Okay.
Whereas in the Western region, the aged, above 55, they are rather recording the cancer cases, all because the awareness creation is on the low side in our country here. And also, we realize that most of the facilities do not have the machines. We have very few facilities that have the mammograph machines, that detect the cancer. Exactly. So, and also it comes, the treatment and other things also comes with a cost. So when people get there and then they are not able to bear the cost, even though have insurance, they say is playing a role, and I'm not privy to how much it's people are not able to afford it. So that is also contributing to a larger number of the women acquiring this disease in the country.
Okay. So do you want to add something?
It's fine.
Okay. So add something.
No, it's
okay. Okay. So you mentioned only women. What about men? Have you recorded any case for any breast cancer cases for men as well?
Okay, for now, I'm not very preview. I haven't come across any statistics of, but if there is any, apologies.
For the statistics for the men, we have just less than 10% of men in Ghana having breast cancer. Yes, so obviously 10% is still a high number, and so men should also take care and observe themselves. Yes.
So you said ladies should, when they wake up in the morning, they should face their mirrors and see.
Yes, and observe
men
yourself.
Too, can they also do the same thing?
Yes. You can also observe yourself as a man. You should know how your breast looks like, and so if peradventure your breast, you start feeling a lump or a mass in your breast, you should definitely pick it up. Or if you realize that your breast has become, bigger than it has to be, you have to just also go to the hospital for further assessment. Yes.
So, okay, go to the hospital. I was going to ask a question that can men, or should they also walk to any of the facilities?
Yes, everybody.
To check for breast cancer and other things?
Everybody can walk to the health facility and check for breast cancer.
Okay, so use this camera and talk to the men as well.
Okay, so to the men out there, breast cancer is no respecter of gender. Even though we have the prevalence in females, men can also get breast cancer, and so we know that the men, their behavior, their lifestyle, which is mostly alcoholism and smoking, can predispose them to koji de siade alola mesendo ope de siade eye wakpogbo eyata megakpenwu enpepe mele he ekimo elabena no de jessica ba mi atwode nkaba eye anu agbenwe ne ho otan je atike gomenawe akpe.
Okay, ano agbenyuene wotenje atike nanawe. Let me read some comments on our Facebook. Ernest Adomensa watching live from Mampo. Good show, guys. Ernest, hello, and I hope you're doing well as well. We miss you here. Hurry up and come back home. Adam Fiebo, wow, you are teaching us LP. Yes, Lady Pastor, she's really teaching us. Nathaniel Jijo Afram, the person I'm sitting in for. You don't want to talk about breast cancer. You run away. You come back and continue it. We miss you here. You've really put a whole hit on me, and I'm sitting in here for you. And for Molly, doing good. Doing great, yes. God bless you, guys. Proud of you. We miss you, and we want you to come back as well. Yes. Ernest Adomensa, madams, please, small breast, breast be breast, small breast versus big breast, which should be more concerned about the incident of breast cancer. And a small breast be breast, whether small or big. I don't know why you want me to come and talk about breast. Yeah, and I'm talking about breast. So small breast and big breast, which one is more concerned? Let's answer our friend's question.
Okay.
Who takes it? Okay.
Okay. Like you were saying, breast is breast. What is in the big breast is also in the small breast. So far as you have developed breast, you have the fatty tissues in them, you have the ducts and all the structures that forms the breast. You are liable to, you are at risk. So irrespective the size, you can have breast, you can have the disease.
And as I hope your question has been answered. Small breast, big breast, they contain the same thing and they discharge the same thing. So apple breast, watermelon, whatever, they discharge everything. Okay, let me take other questions. Well done, Sister Vivian and LP Nika. Nika, is it an even name?
No, it's not an ever name.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually half Nigerian, half Ghanaian, so that's my Nigerian name.
Oh, okay. Okay. So do you normally visit Nigeria?
It's been a while. I did.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then Cecilia Adoba.
That's my mom.
That's your mom, your mom. Oh, when we finish, you say hello to your mom. Well done, Sister Vivian and Cyril Jinyanu Recha. Great show. Okay, my next question. Can a breastfeeding mother notice that she's having a breast cancer because she's breastfeeding? How will she notice the discharge that you spoke about?
Okay, thank you for the question. So when we talk about breast cancer would not just start discharging immediately. Okay, you would have seen signs before the nipples would start even discharging. And so because she's breastfeeding, she might not be able to easily differentiate between the breast milk and the discharge. But I would also want to say that you can you can differentiate between it, because the breast milk, okay, when you start breastfeeding, the initial stages, it's yellow. That's what we call the colostrum. It's yellow. It lasts for about 2, 3 to 4 days. Yes. And then you have the milky color. And so with the discharge for a cancerous breast, it's quite frothy and sometimes has blood stains in it. Sometimes it's you see the color is different, and so you can easily see the difference in the breast milk and the discharge from a cancerous breast. And so, like I was saying earlier, you would have seen signs, other signs. Maybe you would have felt a lump in your breast, or you would have seen that the color of your breast has changed. You'd have seen redness. You'd have seen something before you notice that discharge. And I just want to add this, that the lump is not only felt just in the breast, even towards the armpit.
Okay.
Yes. You can have lumps towards the armpit. And so when we are showing how to do the self-breast examination, we'll talk about all that. But the mass will not only be in the breast, but towards the armpits as well. Yes.
Okay. Mama Vivia, you spoke about lack of awareness creation. Each year we mark, we use, October is a breast cancer awareness month. Is it enough for awareness creation?
Thank you. Like you said, every October is slated for breast cancer awareness. After that, nothing happens again. It's only October that you hear the noise. And we are thinking that is more reason why the awareness levels are low.
Okay.
And then we have a lot of these cases rising. And there was a documentary somewhere that after October, the cases go down.
Okay.
Then towards October, then ensuing year October, cases begin to rise.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of silence on the awareness creation. So I'm of the view that we shouldn't end it here. We need to continue to talk about it. This will be for we, the health workers. If possible, we can incorporate this awareness creation or the education into our routine activities at various educational points. We can continue to talk about it. And I think that will continue to remind our women that breast cancer is real and it can be cured.
Okay.
Early detection can minimize it or even bring it out totally.
Would you love to add something?
Okay, so like sister said, so the awareness creation, it doesn't end only with just health workers. Everybody is liable to, make noise about breast cancer. And so we can all do a bit. So in our organizations, in our schools, in our churches, in our offices, we can, have a talk on breast cancer. We can have screening on breast cancer once in a month, because ideally everybody is supposed to examine herself or himself once every month. And so every month we can dedicate a time to still talk about breast health facilities. They are scheduled educational programs. And so if there's breast cancer on the schedule, definitely they will talk about breast cancer. And so we don't just target breastfeeding mothers, because actually breastfeeding mothers are cool. They don't have any problem with breast cancer.
Okay.
Like I said, it is when you don't breastfeed that you are at risk of having breast cancer. And so our breastfeeding mothers are good. They are good to go. Yes.
Still, if you don't breastfeed, you're at risk. My ladies in the house, I don't know much, but over to us. Okay, so we're talking about breast cancer. Is there any kind of treatment for it? Can it be treated?
Okay, so I think sister will talk about the treatment. So before sister talks about the treatment, I had mentioned earlier that how it is diagnosed. The self-breast examination. We have what we call the clinical breast examination as well, and we have what we call the mammograph, and we have what we call ultrasound. And so each of this could be used in diagnosing breast cancer. And so for mammograph can be done for women above 40 years.
Okay.
So if you're a woman and you are past 40, please, every once in a year, go for a mammogram.
Once in a year?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Every year. you just go and have a mammogram done, because the mammogram can even detect the tiniest cell, cancerous cell, yes, in the breast. And so it is a very good tool to help diagnose breast cancer. So sister will tell us about the treatment.
Okay, thank you. Yes, cancer can be treated. It can be treated.
Okay.
Yeah. So first we even do want us to, okay, that is why we're talking about self breast examinations. If we are able to periodic examinations of our breast, we will not be going to even getting the disease for it to be treated. But in a case when it does happen, it's being treated. We have three steps of management. We have the chemotherapy, we have the hormonal therapy, and then we have the radiation therapy, radiotherapy. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, radiotherapy. With the chemotherapy, there are drugs that are being given to people who have acquired the disease, and then they give it normally those who have bigger breasts, and then the disease has invaded extensively into the other tissues. They give them to suppress, at least to suppress the growth before, whether they will be doing surgery or not. That is the first one. And then with the hormonal therapy, there are hormones. You know, we have some hormones that fuels it fuels the disease,
The growth
spread.
of the cells.
The disease spread. So with that, they give the hormonal therapy, so that it helps in stopping, in blocking the function of the hormones, so that it blocks that aspect of it, so that it doesn't spread. And then also with the radiotherapy, it's also an added treatment that is being given to those who have undergone surgery, so that, you know, because we say it normally has roots into, develops roots into other tissues surrounding the growth. They may not be able to remove everything, just like when you plant your ginger and then you uproot the ginger, but you will think you have uprooted everything, but come the next raining season, you see ginger coming out again.
Something is over there.
Exactly. So it's something like that. So for them to be sure that nothing remains there, they do the radiotherapy, so that it kills any cell that may be spreading to other tissues. These are the three types of management that they.
Do you want to add something?
Okay, so I think sister has mentioned it already. So we do surgery as well to take out if the mass is still small, you can take out the mass through surgery. And if the mass has become extensive, then unfortunately your breast and other lymph nodes surrounding the breast into the armpits, yes, would be removed.
Okay.
Yes.
So is that why we see some women with only one breast, some without breast?
Yes. Yes.
So they take off.
Yes, because like sister said, it can spread. That's what we call metastasis.
Okay.
So it can spread to the next breast.
Okay.
And so if it was not detected early and it's seen that the spread is extensive, then to be on a safer side, the second breast has to go.
Okay.
Yes. Or if the second breast has been infected, then the second breast has to go.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we've been hearing something on social media. That is sucking of breast. They say women should feel their breast for sucking. What will you, is it also part of the treatment? Because I've received a lot of questions about
Sucking the breast.
sucking, and I'll ask them one after the other.
Okay, so it was actually something we were discussing.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
when we see questions like that, when we see adverts like that, when we see things on social media like that, well, we came out with a few things. Even though sucking the breast has not been proven scientifically, you know, to prevent breast cancer, it is breastfeeding. I had mentioned earlier, it is breastfeeding. We advocate on breastfeeding, but we don't advocate on sucking the breast. Yes. However, you know, when somebody is sucking the breast, your husband is sucking the breast, you know, definitely the hands are moving on the breast. And so if perchance he feels the part where the lump is, I'm sure after everything he'll say, "Oh, my dear, I think I felt something on your breast. You should have it checked." Yes. And so it has nothing to do with sucking the breast. However, the main thing is breastfeeding and not sucking the breast. Yes.
I want to
Sister, I don't know, sister has something to add.
Yes, to add to what Sister Pauline has said, you know, the breast milk, the breast is made for breastfeeding.
Okay.
Even though men play with that.
Okay.
Good. When you continue to suck the breast, it induces lactation. The woman begins to lactate. Milk will begin to flow, come from out of it. Meanwhile, you don't have any baby that you are giving that milk to. And I don't think the man will also want to take the milk. I don't know whether you like to take the milk. I don't think it is because of the milk that you are sucking. You are only sucking for your to enjoy.
But I think we the women too, we like it.
You like it?
Yes, we do.
When you are sucking the breast?
Well, there are sensory nerves there, so we like it. However, I hear don't bite. When you are sucking, don't bite. But like sister is saying, I think the basics is just breastfeeding. Yes, the sucking doesn't have any, you know, physiological role to play. Yeah.
So instead, you rather play with that better than sucking.
Wow. They say you should play. Sorry, they say married men should play with it, not boys and whatever. Don't play with it if you are not married. So Aaron, please keep playing with. Should I mention any? Okay, there's this question here. Does sucking of my breast decrease my chances of getting breast cancer?
We've already answered it.
Yes, you've answered it.
Yes.
So, Reverend, I think they've answered your question as well. That it's just for enjoyment, but keep playing with it. Keep playing with mommy's. Sorry, since you don't want to talk about it, so you ran away from me. Okay. Aaron Kwabi Adeti, my producer for today. There's often the saying that men should suck breast. How helpful is it? And should a man suck a breast that has lump? Again, does it mean if there is lump in the breast, it is cancerous?
Okay, so like we've said, the sucking is for our pleasure. It's for, it's not going to be continuous. I don't think the, you know, pleasurable sucking of the breast would even last for an hour.
Okay.
You know, so
some people play romance for so many hours.
It's insignificant in preventing cancer. So it has nothing per se
Okay.
Yes, it has nothing per se in preventing cancer.
Okay.
And also, like I said, the men would help us also to detect,
Okay.
lumps and masses in the breast.
Okay.
Sometimes as human as we are, we sometimes live in denial.
Okay.
And so sometimes you feel something that then you tell yourself, no, it's the lobos. It's the lobos in the breast. It's not a mass,
Yeah.
Yes. And so a second confirmation would at least prompt you. And like we said earlier, it is not every tumor that is cancerous.
Okay.
Some tumors are just benign.
Okay.
They are not malignant. They are not cancerous. And so those ones, you just take them out and you are good.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask this. Breast cancer. Some people have in their mind that some comes with spiritual attack or whatever. Because in my village, there was this man who touched a cousin's breast, and all of a sudden the breast becomes swollen, and she died, and it was like breast cancer.
Okay.
So they attribute that the death or the swelling of the breast to breast cancer. Is it true that it's spiritual, or is just something that is just attributed to it?
Okay, like we said earlier on, if you look at the physiology of breast cancer occurrence or any cancer occurring, it's the multiplication uncontrollably of the cells, how it multiplies, and that goes to form the cancer. So if there's anything aside this, then I wouldn't know how to classify it, because it is that it's not able to form well. It forms more than necessary and then becomes cancerous. There, that's it. And we have factors that are associated with it, like we mentioned earlier on. So medically, we do not see it from any spiritual angle
Yeah.
or any witchcraft or something.
Yeah.
So this is your show, My Perspectives, or Perspectives, My Story and Inspiration. We will go for a commercial break, and when we come back, we have the last part, then we'll conclude today's program. I'm sitting with Reverend DNA Afram, who is far away from us, and send your questions. Jacob will read them right here. We are here at Kekeli Hotel, a home away from home. Just take a trip to Volta region. Don't go to any other place. Come to Kekeli Hotel. You enjoy your meals. You enjoy the accommodation as well. The reception is very, very, very good. And you thank me later. And if you want to support this show, the number is on the screen. You just give it a call and you'll be answered, and you help us to come your way with a lot of show. We'll go for a commercial break, and when we come back, we finalize everything.
I'm modeling Jeffrey Fafali Joyland. T Superstar.
Lauren Shah Adaji Pelikem Alberta, the senior prefect of EPC Malco Girls.
And I endorse perspectives.
I endorse perspectives.
It is a very inspirational and educational program.
I'm really touched. I've been touched by every single part of the story.
I pray you all watch it and it will help you.
You will never regret your time spent with us.
Keep watching and stay tuned to Dela TV.
Keep watching Dela TV.
Keep watching Perspective
My story and inspiration.
on Dela TV. God bless you.
To partner, advert placement, or for enquiry, please call or WhatsApp 0249 820 162. Perspectives, My Story and Inspiration.
See you some other time, okay? All right.
Yes, welcome back from the commercial break. My name remain Efumaoli, and I have in the house Mama Vivian and Mama Paulina. They are from Home Municipal Health Directorates, and they are all senior public health officers. They are here to talk about breast cancer, and as we all know, we are in the month of October, where is breast cancer awareness. So here to talk about it, and we've been doing more. We've done a lot, and we'll continue with it, and we will be doing the practical aspects over here. I'm sitting in for Reverend DNA Afram. Yes, there's a question here from NS Adomensa. There is a growing demand for homeopathic and herbal remedies for these diseases. Are these remedies okay for breast cancer treatment? Did you get my question? Or I take it again? Okay.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so yes, we know the increasing demand in homeopathic treatments and all that. Well, what we have to say is that you should visit the nearest health facility. You know, nowadays in our health facilities, we have the herbal hospital as well. And so if you are somebody who would like to use herbal products, I'm sure after discussion with your physician or your medical practitioner or your doctor, you would come to a conclusion as to whether there are medications that can be used in treating cancer, you know, herbally or not. But the main thing is just go to the hospital, go to any health facility, and your demands would be met.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So just go to the hospital and your demand will be met as well. So we have some comments over here. Let me just take them. Then we'll go into the practical aspects. We have the practical aspects, which will take us through. Should I say we have you to do that? Don't worry. You get to know when it comes to the practical aspect. So Healing Jesus Mission International. This is interesting. Then Healing Jesus Mission International again, very educative. You know them?
Yes.
Who are
That's
they?
my church.
That's your church?
Yes.
Oh, okay, in who here?
So there's one in Ho and there's one at the Promised Land. That's in between Kwetwe. Yes.
So how do you manage the two? Are you pastoring all of them or?
No, I'm actually not the head pastor.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I have bishops and I have reverend ministers. Okay. Yes, I'm just one of the pastors, but it's one of our branches.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So who is taking us through the practical aspects?
Okay, so I think I would assist sister to do that.
Okay.
Yes, so I will do that.
So I think wait, should we do the
Okay, you can talk.
no, let me hold it. Let me hold it so that you do. Let me hold it.
Okay, all right. So, like we are saying, you have to examine your breast every month, especially 3 to 5 days after you have your menses. You should self-examine your breast. And so we just want to do a little bit of demonstration of how you can examine your breast. So the breast examination can be done lying down or standing up. And so depending on what method or how you are comfortable. And so I have a dummy in the house. And so we'll be using the dummy to show how to do the self-breast examination. And so with the self-breast examination, you can do what we call the wedge self-breast examination. You examine the breast in a wedge-like manner. And so let's say this is your breast, okay? First of all, you use the pad of your fingers, the 3 middle fingers, the pad of the 3 middle fingers. And so with the wedge examination, you would want to run your hand over your breast in this manner. So like this to the nipple, like this, like this, like this. This breast is coming off like this. Then like this. Making sure that you attend to all the areas in the breast. After that, you press the nipple to see if there's a discharge coming out of the nipple. Also, like I said earlier on, when you are checking, you check the armpits as well. So with the pad of your fingers as well, you check your armpits to see if there are any lumps in your armpits. You can also do the circular self-breast examination. That one, you make sure that you start from a point. So you can indicate the point you are starting from with your right hand. That is, if you are lying down, you just run your fingers like this,
massaging it
circularly. You see, there's a little bit of pressure so that you are able to feel any lump or any mass if there are any. So you don't raise your hands as you are doing it. Your hands still on the breast, and you continue to do that. After you do that, you still press the ensure that there are no discharges in the nipple. And so, like I said, you can do it standing up. So in front of a mirror, when you are standing, you do the circular or you do the wedge type of self-breast examination. And when you are lying down on a couch or on your bed, you would want to place a pillow just at your back so that you are comfortable. It helps to also raise it a little bit. So you do that also when you are lying down. And so to check for any changes in the physical appearance, you stand in front of the mirror with your hands on your hip, then you chest out, well, naked, so that you can see the anatomical presentation of your breast. When I say anatomy, how your breast looks like. And so most people, the human body is quite not the same. So the breasts are slightly bigger when it comes to the size for each breast. Yes, and so you should note that so that when there's a change in that breast, you know. And so I think basically that is it. You make sure that you have your hands are not, dry. You apply baby oil, yes, so that it aids in the movement. It makes the movement of your fingers smooth. Yes, if you are in the shower, the soap helps. Soap makes your hands slippery, and so it aids in having a good feel of the breast. When you are feeling the breast, to know what a mass is, I think I can sit now. To know what a mass is, in the breast we have the lobules, what we call the lobules, and so they feel like lumps, a little bit lumps, but they move. So when you feel them, it moves, like they move depending on where. But mostly the masses are stationed at one place. And so no matter how big your breast is, because I know sometimes people are confused. What if your breast is saying Allahu Akbar, like it's bowing, like your breast is bowing? The one that they can throw behind. That's what they say. I've not seen some before anyway. If your breast is that big, there's no cause for alarm, because most of the masses, most of the lumps that are in the breast, they don't move. They are stationed. They are stationary. And so it's easy to do, and we encourage you all to do it. Sister has something to say.
Yes, again, like for the demonstration, for you to know more about the demonstration, how to do the other way of doing the breast examination, and you want to feel real the difference between the mass and then the any mass and then the lobos, you put your hand over your head. So by doing so, you realize that your breast, the armpit is stretched out. Well, either standing or lying on on your back, at your back. So when you do that, and then the breast is also positioned well. So when you run your hand from your armpit, because you stretch your arm, you can feel the muscles well easily, and you continue to go round, you massage round, like sister was saying, whichever way, whether you want it to round in the circular motion, or you want to go the wedge way, this way, and then you continue. But it's very comfortable when you do the circular one, or you run it top down, this way, and then you send the second arm up again, and then you do for the other one. Sister mentioned doing it 3 to 5 days after menstruation, because that is when before menstruation the breast feels so heavy and tender, painful. So you will not be able to do it. Is not softened enough for you to feel if there's any mass in it. So it's after the menstruation that the breast relaxes for you to be able to do this examination.
Okay, so let me ask this question. You said men are also at risk, and I know very well that men don't menstruate. So when should men also treat or do this?
Okay, so sister had already a rationale behind doing it on the after the 3rd to 5th day. So just pick a particular day in the month where you would want to do self-breast examination, and do the same throughout the whole month. So if you want to do it on the 5th for a month, every 5th you do your self-breast examination, and you are good to go. Yeah.
So men, since we don't menstruate, you can just select a day or any day in a month and just be checking yourself if you have similar things or you have those same things in your breast, so that you can start treating it as well. Okay, so let me ask this question. How can one prevent breast cancer or minimize its occurrences?
Okay, we are saying that breast cancer should not kill. It's treatable. So there's a need to prevent or to reduce the risk of acquiring this disease. There are certain factors we said earlier on which we cannot control. That's the family history, and then the past history, personal history of being diagnosed of cancer, breast cancer. You cannot do anything about those ones. But the other factors we can, which are intake of alcohol. If we don't want to acquire this disease or breast cancer to occur to us, we need to minimize it or do away with it completely. Live healthy lifestyles by eating well. That's more vegetables, more fruits, less fatty foods, and the like. Anything that will keep you healthy, we should eat those ones. We should exercise a lot, and also women who deliver, we should make sure that we breastfeed our babies. And also, more importantly, we should be able to we should learn breast self-examinations and be doing it every month, be practicing it, so that one will even prevent it. because the minutest cell that will occur, you'll be able to detect it early, and then it will be treated appropriately. And also, those who also would not like to breastfeed, we are encouraged to breastfeed. And also, we should visit the health facilities. Even though we don't have most of our facilities having the machines to detect, when you go to our chief zones, any health facility you go, the basics one, like sister mentioned, can be done for you. And then it will be detected early and then treated if it should occur.
Okay, I think to add to what Sister said, we spoke earlier about exercise. Regular exercise also helps to decrease the risk. And for those who are obese, they should also control their weight. Yes, they should control their weight. And then we should also learn the habits of eating healthy. Sister has said it already. Nowadays, we live a fast life. We live a smart life. Everything is fast. And so we like the fast foods. We should limit the fast food because the fast foods contain a lot of oil. And so this would also predispose us to breast cancers. And so for those who are taking hormonal treatments, they should not, some people, when they prescribe medication for them, they tell their friends, and they also just go and buy over the counter sometimes and just start taking it. We advise that don't do that, especially for people who have issues with childbirth. Sometimes are given hormonal treatments, and so other people, because they don't want to go to the hospital and all that, when their friends tell them, they go over the counter to buy those medications as well. Would like to say that it is not healthy. Make sure that before you take in any medication, you consult a pharmacist or your doctor before you consume any medication as well. Yes.
So consult your pharmacist, your doctors before you take any medication. My guys, those who say I can take 4 bottles, 3 bottles, 4, 10, 15, I can go without this, please, we are at risk. Take healthy food and we will live longer on this earth. Yes, we are live on Dela TV with your educative program, Perspectives, My Story and Inspiration, right at Kekeli, a home away from home. Very soon we'll end the show. Before we end it, we'll take something from our in-house organist, Sedem Babu. Thank you, Master Sedem Gbagbo, for that melodious song. We are so much grateful. This is your program, Perspective, My Story and Inspiration. My name remains Mauli, sitting in for Reverend DNA Afram. Before we conclude, I have some comments and questions over here. Some have been answered, but I think they came in late. The first one is from Edmond Corte. What is the feel of roughness or unevenness that is not same as lumps or mass?
Okay. For you to notice the difference of the lump or the mass in your breast, as you continue to examine, you become used to the structures in your breast. And also, you realize that the structures in the breast are symmetrical. What you feel here, you feel at the other end of your breast, both left and right. And also, when you massage, when you rub your hands round, you realize that the lobes, the tubes that we have the milk running in, feels a bit slippery under your fingers. But with the mass, it's a little firmer. It's quite harder there, even though it also moves as the lobes also move. You realize that it's quite different. It might be different there. So when you notice that you are noticing something different from the way the lobes are feeling, go to the other breast to examine the same point to see whether what you feel at the left side is the same as what you are feeling at the right side at the same point, and that will give you a clear understanding whether something else is getting into the breast.
Okay, and I think to add to what Sister Vivian just said, with the lumps or with the masses, they are irregular. It doesn't have a smooth defined edge because it grows. And so as it grows, it can take any shape, any form, any direction. So you can also tell by knowing the the size of the lump. Yeah.
Okay, then the last question, then we conclude. Can spouses help their wives to examine their breast?
Yes, we will be happy. We will be happy to have our spouses, helping in examining our breasts, because at least it shows you care. It shows you care, and it would also help. Like I said, sometimes you are feeling it, but you need a second confirmation. And so if they also do that, it prompts the individual to take a further step to visit the health facility. So we would be very glad, our spouses, if you would help examine our breasts.
Aaron, Mama will be very, very, very glad if we can do that. Thank you. Do you have any comments? Maybe you want to say shout out or to conclude the show for us? Let me take it from Miss Paulina.
Okay. Okay, so I would want to say thank you for having us. And in summary, we are in the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so I would like to encourage every lady out there to get herself checked. Not to say the men can also not be checked. The men can be checked as well. And so just get yourself checked. And I also want to use this platform to say that on the 28th, the Ghana Health Service Workers Union would be having a breast screening for anybody who wants to be screened at the market clinic. Okay. Yes, we have a clinic at the market. Yeah. And so on Wednesday, 28th, that examination will be ongoing. So please don't hesitate to pass by. You'd have skilled personnel to examine your breast. And also would like to say that if you have cancer, it is not a death warrant. Early detection saves life. And so when you find out that you have the signs and symptoms, kindly report to the nearest health facility. On this note, I would like to say a very big thank you to Dela TV for hosting us, and I would also want to say a very big thank you to my director, Madam Victoria Akpeli, for giving us the privilege to be here. I would also want to say a big thank you to my family, my husband, my children, and also to my friends and loved ones, and not forgetting my church, the Lighthouse Church, that's the Healing Jesus Mission International. Yes, I would just want to say thank you all for watching the show and for your comments. I really appreciate it. God bless you all.
Okay. Someone said I should ask, mother of how many?
Okay, I'm a mother of three. I have 2 strong boys and a girl.
Boys' school and 1 girl's house.
Yes.
Okay. Mama.
Hello.
Any conclusion or any concluding message?
Okay, thank you. All I want to say is breast cancer is real, and all the myths that we counted here, they are myths. It is a condition that comes naturally with risk factors attached to them. Therefore, when it occurs, please, we should not hesitate to go to the hospital. I also want that we start teaching our adolescents back at home how to do the self-breast examination. We, the mothers, should do it and then teach them also to do it so that they will grow up with it to prevent these conditions from multiplying, killing people that are supposed not to die. I want to use this platform to encourage all health workers that we should make it a point to teach whoever the populace, whoever we come across, wherever we meet the people, let us teach them the salvation, direct them as to where to get the services. And then those who go to the schools, Mauko girls, Maoli girls, Ola, and so on, I want them, the nurses, whenever they go, should try and then help them to know how to do the breast self-examination so that we will save lives. I want to thank all the viewers, Dela crew, for keeping us up to this time, for hosting us to this time, and all the listeners and then the viewers up there, whole municipal, all the staff. I say thank you. You are doing wonderful work for Mother Ghana and to Ghana Health Service. Thank you so much. I want to say God bless you, to my family out there, for supporting me up to this time. I say thank you.
Thank you. Madam Paulina, you have
Yes, somebody asked the question.
Okay.
When is the right time to start doing self-breast examination? So I would like to say that immediately you start developing breasts and immediately you start your menses. After your menses, 3 to 5 days after your menses, please examine your breasts. You can do that. And so I think that on this note, I would also want to say that the next song that you would play, I would want to dedicate that song to my sweet mother, Madam Cecilia Aduba, and to my father as well, Mr. Daniel Aduba. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Paulina Nneka Aduba and Miss Vivian Adafia. We say thank you so much for coming on our show. We are grateful, and maybe one of these days we will bring you for the real perspectives to know more about yourself. Yes, and well, you are live on Dela TV. The program is Perspectives, My Story and Inspiration. I want to use this opportunity to just thank Aaron, Alex, Nathaniel, Salasi, Eric, and Gil. not forgotten Sedem Bagbo, the in-house organist. We thank Ekeli Hotel Manager and all the workers here for giving us this platform or this space to showcase our program. We are so much grateful. It's a nice place. Just take a drive to Ho and ask of Kekeli Hotel and you will enjoy everything. To thank Dr. and Mrs. Bagbo for everything that they are doing for this program as well. Madam Francisca Asalu in the United Kingdom, we are so much grateful for your support and we say may God bless you. Mrs. Ruby Chogbe in the United States of America, we say thank you for supporting Dela TV. On this note, we wish you all enjoy your Sunday nights. We leave the rest in the hands of Sedem Bagbo. Thank you so much.